What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Raw Report. Let me get this music turned down a little bit here. See if I can get my volumes adjusted a little bit. Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's Ultra Maximus here. It is another wonderful Wednesday for you warriors out there. He's got freaking issues in the house. So, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to say again, thank you for joining me here. We are at 471 subscribers, on our way to the journey of 1,000. There's a big reveal coming at 500. So once everybody can get on board and tell your friends, subscribe to my channel, all that good stuff. Once we hit that 500 subs, you're going to be wanting to follow me on my IG so I can tell you exactly what it is I am throwing in this box, and oh my gosh. But right now, I'm going to ask you that you do, make sure that you are liking this video. Make sure that you are leaving a comment if you are watching it on the rewind. Make sure you, of course, are subscribed to the channel, because if you're not subscribed to the channel, you're going to miss out on all the goods. But sharing the video, I'll give you guys an opportunity to share the video right now amongst friends. Let them know that I am live, because you guys love it when I'm raw. That's why it's the Raw Report, baby, because not only am I picking up raw books, but I'm raw, off the cuff, unscripted, unedited. This is how you know I am a genuine fan of you guys. Mojo, good to see you. What's up in the live chat, man? Just good to see, the support that you guys do offer me in the community, and it is graciously appreciated. But let's get into some things, because you guys didn't come here to look at my face. You came here to see what I picked up. So the first things first, we're going to start off this Maximus mail call with the pickups. So... oh yeah, that's actually the next one. See, here I am spoiling stuff, right? I'm glad to see you in the live chat, Jamie. So, it has been 20 days since my last Raw Report, and I am sorry to have left you. Unfortunately, what I did do is I got some other cool books, right? Just know that I started cleaning up and stuff like that, and then I started, putting stuff away, and I'm like, oh shit. Normally I try to process my books in a fashion to this way I could do a Raw Report, show you guys what I picked up, all the cool stuff before I put them away, but unfortunately it didn't go down like that. So I'm sorry, you guys are going to be missing out on some of the stuff, and and honestly I just don't know or remember what it all was, so I'm just going to go ahead and just be like, we're going to move on. But we're going to start things off. So first on the Raw Report is going to be the stack. I married one, my friend. I married one. Don't worry. There's my buddy Lucas. Shout out to Lucas at Drunken Chat and Comic Crusaders. Make sure you guys are subscribed over there as well. But it's funny that you say, did I pick up a redhead? But what about a whole bunch of them? Huh? Is that cool with you? Because it's cool with me. Because as you guys know, this is definitely my kryptonite right here. So. Yeah, definitely picked up a redhead who is on her cover multiple times. Thank you, Mr. Daughterman. And Daughterman variant, of course, is doing big things with the many rogues too on that Excalibur variant. See, this is what I like. Creating Transformers fans everywhere, and that's not an easy thing to do. But I'm browsing through IG today too, man, and I'm seeing some people posting up some. Like retail incentive variants that they're like, I never knew this existed. I'm like, bro, you should just check my feed a little bit more and I'll show you what's up. But of course you guys know I'm rocking the Autobot symbol today, so it's my shirt for the trenches, But all right, back to my local store, LCS Pickups, and this one is of course the old Nocterra #1 second print. I don't know how the microphone's picking me up, if it's picking me up good, but it sounds like it is. But yeah, Nocterra #1 second print, and I had an opportunity to pick up one of those thank you variants for #2, and I failed to do so at cover price, and it came back to bite me in the ass because they want like 30 for that now at the LCS. Two LCSs have that thank you variant for #2, but I picked up the regular Tony Daniel cover. So that's in the read pile. So if you guys paid attention to some of the things that I was breaking on the presser last week, what I'm going to do for the read piles, I'm actually going to take some of these books and I'm going to give them their story arc. So whether it be 4 issues or 5 issues, I'm going to give them their first full story arc. and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to read them, and we're going to look for spec value, we're going to look for long-term potential, good for, you know, story quality, all those different things, as well as art. Let's let's dissect these books a little bit, and make sure that we're not filling our collections with stuff that A, we don't like, B, that stuff that other people are just telling you should buy, and you know, it might be a good cover here or there, but the guts of the books, I think, are going to be more long-term. So Lucas wants to know about the $700 Optimus Prime that transforms itself. And it's app controlled, and I'd expect that thing to come down in price a lot, but I'd also expect it to be still probably like a $400 transformer when everything's said and done. But if they sell enough of them, they'll make them. And you know what? If they start selling the transformers that transform themselves, well, what's going to happen to, you know, analog toys? It's what it's going to be. Digital toy versus analog toy. What do you mean analog? Meaning you had to use your hands to transform it. Man, that's weird. It's going to be like that Back to the Future scene with the kids who were like, oh, you have to use your hands? Anyway, continuing on with the Avengers themes here. So, as you guys know, I'm a big proponent of the Phoenix and the Phoenix Force, and the new host of the Phoenix being this little girl right here, Maya Lopez. You know, I'm happy for her. She's been donned with the power, and you know, they're definitely looking to getting new characters, and I get Marvel for doing that. I really, really do. But Marvel, if you're happening to watch this podcast, hear me out. Even though Angela's not Thor's blood sister, I think she'd be a better host, and she's already, you know, looked upon by people with, you know, other views on love. So, putting it mildly, I think that was a better choice for you than Maya Lopez, but I'm glad that you guys are giving Maya Lopez a lot of attention. The Daredevil 7 or Daredevil number 9 and number 10s are actually doing stupid well. So Mojo asked the question, how much would I drop for the City Transformer if it transformed itself? Well, considering I have one that I bought for $129, they sell for $500 on the secondary market. I would only imagine. I can only imagine how much that one would cost. So I don't even want to think about it. But we also got God Tank here saying you were happy to find the Usagi Yojimbo 18 ratio incentive cover. Yeah, I found them too for like $50-$60. I'm not doing that though. So shout out to you guys if you were able to pick those up. That's a fire cover, and again, shout out to Lucas over at Drunken Chat and Comic Crusaders for giving us the breakdown on that one, because it's not a typical ratio variant. You actually were based on the ratios of what you picked up. So I still got a stack of books to go through here, but I appreciate you guys asking questions in the chat. Fire away. I'm loving this right now because you guys are asking me like crazy questions about Transformers and stuff. Oh, and I'm back. See, stream disconnected on me, man. That was crazy. Like, as much as I want to use this Streamlabs software, guys, this is crazy. Thank you all for sticking with me. So this right here is the Savage Avengers. Oh, I'm sorry, Avengers No Road Home, number 5, second print, with Scarlet Witch and Conan on it. And I don't know, it was a good condition second print copy, and I tend to not leave those behind if I see a potential 9A candidate on a cool looking cover. And for you Marvel frame variant chasers, Wolf Warner in the house. Wolf, I hope you skipped the broken stream for a second there, but Streamlabs is doing me dirty here today. My machine, before I go live, it's like 39%, right? And then when I go live, it's like kicking at like 60%. So I gotta look to see what all's going on in my background, and if it's sapping up too much data, maybe revamp my entire show here. But let's get on to showing some books. So for you Marvel anniversary frame chasers, I know this one is tough, and this is right around that time because it's 86, so it's November 86. This is right around the time when the market was 50-50 as far as newsstand versus direct. So if you are picking up books around that time, you probably want to pick up both of them. Just saying, because again, Market share was about 50-50. Direct stores weren't really as weren't really as predominant as they are nowadays, for sure, but they were starting to become more and more of them out there as the market got bigger. So another one, of course, if I'm in the classic X-Men's, I did grab this number 2 here. I thought I had another one. Well, we'll see, because I thought there was... Oh, well, okay, now I know what's going on. Just hang on. We'll get to that one. But anyway, Mirka Andolfo, and I couldn't leave this one, of course, because it was a Cap Wolf, and it was done by Mirka. And she's very, very talented. If you guys don't know who Mirka Andolfo is, you probably do. She's the interior artist on Teen Titans 12 and drew the Batman Who Laughs on the interiors there. What's up, Sith Lordly? Good to see you, man. Shout out to the Spine Ticks crew. Make sure you, of course, are subscribed over to Spine Ticks, as well as they also are on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. Monetization and activation of Super Chat is essential for all of us comic book enthusiasts. So this way we can, this way we can take care of each other, because it is a comic book community, not comic book individuality, even though there are individuals and personalities in the system. But today, and you guys, I don't normally pick up Zenescope books, okay? But there's an exception. There's an exception when it is so weird, so outlandish, just so out there, that it's one of those things where you just have to. So, yeah. Man-Goat and the Bunny Man, number 1, cover B. Spidey Hunter in the house too. What's up, Spidey Hunter? So yeah, I got the Man-Goat and Bunny Man. Okay, don't fault me for it, because it's definitely one of those things where just the hilarity of it. It definitely made me pick it up. Now, I'm looking forward to reading this one because, I wanted the Daughterman variant, and there was only one copy left when I got to the store. So I did take this one, of course, which has the Nova and Star-Lord on it, so it's got the trifecta. Spidey Hunter, good to see you, man, and I know you probably got it sounds like peace, fellas, like you on your way out, man, so I hope you got some good books, too. So, Challenge of the Super Sons. I did grab me the cover B. I'm grabbing the variants just because I love... honestly, man, again, you guys might have heard me talk about it before. I've got a 4-year-old son sitting on the couch out there playing as Sonic the Hedgehog right now. And when that Superman story came out with John Kent, I'd just become a father. And I was deep into that Superman story and just watching Superman do everything he could to try to instill values into his son. I know it's not the way Mighty Mel V would wish, John Kent would go full Brightburn on everybody, because I know that's like one of Mighty Mel V's thoughts, but that's not how it goes down. Thankfully, and I with this Infinite Frontiers, it gave them an opportunity to de-age him, because they did age him up in the Bendis run, and of course that's Bendis doing some stupid things there, but Bendis is no longer writing it, so. Oh, good. Well, thanks for chilling still, man. It's good to see you. So, you guys also know that I am into some very eclectic things in life. Like, I study ancient cultures, anthropology, but there's also some pretty cool scientific things that I'm into, and one of them has to do with, I'm obsessed with the life of Nikola Tesla. I think he was a brilliant man. I do not think he was from Venus, like other people think he was from. But here's what we have. We have Minky Woodcock and the woman who electrified Tesla. So if you haven't heard of this one before, this one was out today, but there was an FOC Virgin variant, and I think I have nabbed all of them that I have seen for sale. So, Minky Woodcock, the girl who electrified Tesla. Number 1. Cover E is a Virgin FOC variant. So the only way you could get that variant is if you ordered it at FOC time. So good luck to you of those of you who did order that and were able to get it. And I think I have a total of 4 copies, all together coming my way, including the 2 that I showed you here. I think I ordered some online. So it's interesting. But the Minky Woodcock is, but not the Virgin. Oh well, hey man, with the 4 I got coming. We'll see how they look, and if one of them is Sith level, I might be able to take care of that one for you if you're looking for it, buddy. But Nikola Tesla, is kind of like like I said, it's one of those things where I always love watching documentaries on him, love hearing stories about it. And that was my son laughing in the background, not crying, thank God, because otherwise I was going to have to say, pause the stream, everybody. And it is, indeed it is. So, next up, I've got 2 slabs, and then a stack of books that I got through the mail. Now, I have a feeling some of you guys are going to start go looking for some of these books just because of what they are. I hope you are able to find some of them, because some of them aren't exactly easy. Some of them are unobtainium and high grade because they're just beat to crap. But we're going to go through the list and see what we got here. Pardon me. So first up, if you guys watch the Spec Matrix on Drunken Chat that I do a little variant edition of the Spec Matrix that I need to be doing more on my own channel, and I realize that, but I'm having so much fun hanging out with the boys on Drunken Chat and the dudes on Spine Ticks on Saturday nights that I'm not really concerned, and I'd rather just keep my channel for pickups and FOC stuff. And then, obviously, you guys know to catch me on Flipside for the Wednesday Presser tonight. But when I did this Drunken Chat Spec Matrix, this book stood out to me, and I was like, man, not only is it just an awesome artwork, it's a virgin cover, and it's her first cover art. Like, she did interiors in some of the earlier issues, but not cover art. So, shout out to Elizabeth Torque for the Zombies vs. Cheerleaders #1, #6, cover D, retail incentive. And for you guys who are on the hunt for this one, it's done by a small press called Moonstone, and I wish you luck. This wasn't an easy find. There were a couple of them listed on eBay when I did the Spec Matrix that night, but I'd ordered one from someplace else, and I really, really don't think I'll ever see another copy of that book. Just be honest. And I don't know how many of you guys are actually Elizabeth Torque fans and follow her artwork or anything like that to see some of that stuff. So it's wild. All right, next up is a 1 in 100 incentive, and of course, it's got some redhead content for all my people tracking me out there, knowing that I get to keep track of redheads outside of the real world. This is the Deadpool #1, 1 in 100, David Finch, and there is, of course, Miss Elsa Bloodstone and the Monsters, and Elsa Bloodstone is Deadpool's new girlfriend. And then, of course, continuing with the Torque theme, picked up a couple other Torque books, of course, Mockingbird #3. And then Hawkeye #3. So it's funny, they on both #3s, and 3's one of my preferred numbers. All right, but in this case it's 5, and I mean it's a full house. So I mean if you're gonna hold a full house, you're gonna hold a full house. But this right here is a full house because I got them for $1 a piece. So this is the retail incentive cover for Transformers Generations, which is the reprinting of G1 stories under IDW's imprint. And this is their 1 in 10 retail incentive cover, which actually has a panel from the original Marvel title on the inside. Pretty cool story. If you guys know... Hey man, dude, thank you for that. Calling me a scholar, I kind of consider myself to be a comic book historian just because I'm such a nerd and I have that partially eidetic memory. But that Transformers stuff, is reprinting old Marvel material, so you can find what it reprints if you're interested in checking it out. And I appreciate you checking us out, man, on wherever we put out content. So I also want to give a shout out to Drew over at Wanted Comics because he definitely made sure that I knew about this one. He's like, hey man, are those people on the cover, are they new? All of them, except for the Black Knight in the back and the Black Knight in the front, I believe are all new characters, and maybe that person with the veil on. But we're going to dig a little bit deeper into that one. But that was the Stormbreakers variant. It was an open order Stormbreakers, which is really weird because some of them were 1 per store. And that made it very awkward when people were trying to order. Now, I'm missing another copy of this book, as well as 3 copies of another book from a retailer who just didn't send them. They sent me 4 out of 8 books. And I sent them a message today saying, hey, I frequent you guys. I shop you brick and mortar when I'm in town because I have family that lives out by you. So I come and visit. Well, you didn't say anything about not sending these. And I got a package today. Didn't have any of these in it. So what's up? So we'll see. We're going to follow up with that one. Because, it sucks because they've done me good every time. And I know that they've done people dirty in the past. But anyway, I got one of these 2 copies I was waiting for. Savage Avengers number 4 with the symbiote dragon venom on the cover. Pay attention to that. The next one is a second print. And it's the Fallen Angels number 1 second print. Of course, I'm just a completionist. And of course, it is a Quanon cover. Quanon cover, not a Betsy cover. You guys know what I'm talking about. Then you guys are probably part of Professor Azor's school of X-Men. So I want to give a shout out to Azor's Tigers over there at Spine Ticks. He's one of my fellow ex-brethren. And of course, it's a Phil Noto cover, and it's a Kid Cable cover, and it's a second print cover. And they did this second print because the first prints were plagued with a very bad line across the bottom, a very bad printer error. So the second prints were out there. I just decided to make sure I didn't miss have a gap in the collection. And then of course, yeah, we're not showing that one. Sorry guys, that one got mixed in there, and that one is not a mail call. Now this one. So I was at the LCS today. I had another copy in hand, and I put it back. And next opportunity, I might go back and get it because they all need a press. They're all just hammered. But this one that I ordered off of Amazon, ordered like new, and it did not arrive like new. What up? Real rude, man. Good to see you. So this right here is a book that I have a feeling, once I tell you guys about it, that you got to probably pick up your copies and secure them quickly, because I might drop an IG post about this one because it's a sick book. All right, now you guys know I'll be tracking Redhead, so it's got a Redhead on the cover. It delivers. It's also McFarlane, and I'll give you a hint. It's not Mary Jane. All right, y'all ready? So let's see if I can break the internet with this one. Marvel Tales 233. It's got the original X-Men with Spider-Man, done by Daddy McFarlane, the old Todd father, and she's a newsstand. Now, this thing may press up to a 9.0. May press up to a 9.0, but that's issue 233. I also want to remind you guys that you are looking for an issue 235, which also has the newer team of X-Men on it. 234 also has the X-Men in the Shadow. 232 to I think like 240 something, 250 maybe, almost 250, have McFarlane covers and Marvel Tales. All right, so it's one of those underground McFarlane books. I know some of you guys are going to go out there. Just don't be making a bunch of noise about it, even though you're sharing my channel, my video, and stuff like that. But let's let the beat build, because they are fire books, and people are going to start gravitating towards some of these oddball books. Because look, I don't care. It's not a 9.8. Chances of me finding a 9.8 newsstand. All right, if anybody's got one out there and they want to send it to me because I'm a super fan, well, I will graciously accept it. But I'm not asking for it. It's one of those things that if I find one on the dive, bin diving, dude, I will absolutely buy it quick. You know what I'm saying? So there's a bunch of good McFarlane covers out there for you cover chasers, and of course this one, man, I'm about to bring some heat. So you guys are gonna love it. So some of these mail calls right here are pretty heaty. This one was recent on a Hot 10, and it is because you guys remember these Finch variants. These David Finch variants was... Alright, we're back again. Sorry for the stream disconnections, guys. This is all Streamlabs doing me dirty. So, I don't know if you saw this one, but... Yep, the old Finch. So, this Finch was changed to a 1 in 25. I don't know why, because maybe Marauders just isn't selling enough to warrant it being a 1 in 50 incentive, and I think that's what they looked at. All of the other Oh, Azor's in the house. What's up, Professor? Professor Azor's. So all those other Finch variants were 1 in 50 incentives across the board, and they changed that one to a 1 in 25. I guess it's just because they were not like super big on ordering, and they still wanted the incentive to get out there, and they wanted to give people incentive to order. So 1 in 25 is available. Now, the most expensive one of the whole set of this variant is in my hand right here. And this is a book that I'm killing myself here because I'm about to attentionize the rest of the variant set. I don't have the variant set yet, but I was going to try to put together a 1 through 6 set of this, and I'm hoping again that I'll be able to find copies where I go places. But this is the one you're looking for, and this is the House of X #2 Pacelli flower variant, and this is the one that's got Storm on the cover, and of course this is the one where Moira McTaggart becomes, you know, they let us know that she's been a mutant the whole time, and she reveals herself to Professor X. So that's like usually like a $30 book. Some dude listed one for $15. I was like, insta buy. So yeah, Moira X, and then continuing on with this X-Men theme is this wonderful Elizabeth Torque mail call right here. So this one right here is, of course, Elizabeth Torque doing Mystique, probably better than anybody else. Now, this issue had a 1 in 50 incentive, and that was a 1 in 10, and there's no shortage of these. You should be able to find these, but yeah, this is a pretty fire cover for Mystique, being that, it shows her ability to transform into multiple X-Men and stuff like that. And I don't think that's ever really been showcased before. So, shout out to Elizabeth Torque, one of the reasons why I did the Spec Matrix on her. And then, oh, guys, this was an auction that 5 minutes left. Had it had like 5 bids, or $5. It had like $5 of bids. There was barely any bids on it. So I watched this thing count down, and I looked over a bunch of books, blow them up on the big screen, looking at it on TV and everything. Oh, this was the one, guys, and Classic X-Men #1. It does need a press, it does need a clean, but it is a spine break free newsstand copy. I am going, I'm gonna do whatever I can to hopefully secure this one as a 9.8. I just hope to God it comes back at 9.8, because that's, again, it's just one of those books. You know what I mean? Like, not really super rare, not really like super important, but it is an X-Men #1, drawn by Art Adams on the cover. The guts on the inside are kind of important to the X-Men lore, but And then I want to give a shout out to Newbie Comics for giving me the FOMO and making me buy this. And then this right here is the She-Hulk 100, aka issue #3. And yeah, Mojo, that's I think the 1 in 200 or the 1 in 100 of that one. You should be able to find that one, though. It's out there. People were ordering big on that book. And of course, liquidation sales happened afterwards. And then, so I got my last 2 books, and then I got 2 slabs. All right. So this one I prepaid for a month ago. So when this one came out, I didn't have to do nothing but stop by my LCS and say, hey, where's my ENIAC #2? So haven't read it, but it's a really, really good looking copy. Of course, they are throwing out 9.9s, and the 9.9s are definitely kind of wild. And then a book that I love. All right, now I read this way back in the day, and it's been so long since I read it, but I knew I enjoyed it thoroughly when I read through it. But it was one of those things. So there's 2 variants. There's an SDCC or Baltimore Comic Con and a New York Comic Con black and white variant of the A and B covers. But the regular the A and B have has that same artwork, just split, between the two. So I prefer the A and B covers, the A and B variant, and the color really makes these covers. But this was the one missing variant I had out of the whole 10-issue series, and I am so glad to be able to find it, because this one was super hard to find. It is not a 9.8 unless they all have spine breaks on the back cover like this one does, but it is a fire looking copy, and it is the B cover for Tokyo Ghost #5. Again, it was the only one that I was missing in the run, so I can close off that run of Tokyo Ghost. And that's going to do it for the Raw books, everybody. So, and you know what? Actually, I realized I never did. I don't think I ever went back here. I don't ever think I ever did this. Nope, never did. It's cool, though. It's cool. Should fire my producer, which is me. So, yeah, that number 5 was tough to track down, man. It really, really was. So good luck to you finding it if you are looking for it. So for Sith Lordly in the house, my man knows that I am on a mission. And the first 9.8 of that mission was a book that frustrated me to the point where I just said, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and buy the 9.8. I'm sick and tired of chasing this thing. And I'm kind of glad I did, because there's only 26 of them in the census. And 26 out of all of them released, I don't think there's very many of them. Dun, 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 dun. So we have the Kylo Ren Ben Solo action figure variant cover. And then the final book of this Raw report, everybody, and a classic for me. I bought this book off the shelf. I did have it signed by Louise Simonson and somebody else, and I sold my second print for a lot of money. So it's okay. But I did that back in like 2012 when I got back into comics, and I've not replaced the copy yet, but I went ahead and I just said, you know what? Time to go ahead and replace that copy. And yes, I know it's not a first print, everybody, but I wasn't able to buy a first print off the shelf because I wasn't really into comic books then. I got into comic books in 1990, like right around the time Cable came out, but it wasn't a book that was on my radar. New Mutants wasn't put on my radar until a little bit closer to 91 as I got a little bit older. I had a subscription to Wonder Man because it was like books that my mom would like let me have. So yeah, had to get this New Mutants 98 second print in the collection. It was under $100. I don't think it is anymore. I've been noticing this book since I was waiting for my shipment to go out. I'm like, hey, okay, there's one that sold for like a little over 100. There's mine, 80, under $90. And then they just start going. So good luck to you guys out there if you're on the hunt for some of those books, because I know some of them can be quite tough to get. And then I want to thank you all for tuning in to this live stream. But it is time to get going because I got to get prepped for the presser this evening. So what that means is we're going to roll it on out of here. And on this rollout, again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in live. Make sure you are hitting that like button below. Make sure you're sharing the video. Make sure to follow me over on IG and Facebook as well as Twitter, because that's the easiest way to get access to me if you need me. And then 471 when we went live. So 29 more, and I'm going to drop some fire on IG. So make sure you are subscribed, of course, because I do the Raw report over here. Spec Matrix, be looking forward to more of those. And, of course, the secret variant. But the Wednesday night presser is coming up. It is 4:19 p.m. on the East Coast, so you got a little under 6 hours, everybody, and I'll be seeing you. And that, again, over there on Tales from the Flip Side. And appreciate the great stream comment, including the 2 times that my stream failed on my end. So don't forget to follow me over there on Mighty Mel V's YouTube as well. You can catch the rest of the Drunken Chat crew. Shout out to Wanted Comics for their recent Haha number 4. Eric Hurd, RJ, man, it's good to see you, man. I know you're catching the tail end of this one, so if you need to catch it on the rewind, I appreciate you coming and checking out and just coming to join us. Don't forget, my soundtrack is always provided by White Bat Audio. Please make sure you are subscribed to their station if you're loving their tunes. And that's it, folks. I will see you all later. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will check you then. Peace.